Hey everyone, my name is Bert, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the latest entry of the Call of Duty series, Black Ops Cold War. So right off the bat, just wanted to say how relieved I am that we finally got a campaign again, compared to what we saw in Black Ops 4, which wasn't really much of a campaign, just a bunch of stories mixed together of the different operators. So it was refreshing to see a nice, thoughtful campaign. We saw some characters from Black Ops Past and even some characters from the Modern Warfare series. They made a cameo in this game as well. Right. So, in the Black Ops campaign, we get transported back into the 1980s and we play as a couple different characters. We play as Mason, who we know from the original Black Ops, and we also play as a new character that you can customize. Give them a name, give them what agency they work for, and kind of like some attributes that will help you out in the campaign, depending on what you choose. And so, right off the bat, I wanted to compare it to Modern Warfare. In the campaign of Modern Warfare, I felt like it was more realistic. There was that scene, I think it was called Clean House, where you infiltrate the apartment. I thought that was a well constructed mission and it was very fun to play. And there's this one achievement in that mission that's super impossible and I never got it. But anyway, so Modern Warfare to me felt more realistic. It felt a little bit more grounded. Of course, you have your over the top scenes, you have portions where you're flying drones with bombs on them. So yes, you do have moments of over the top. But with Black Ops, I felt that it was more over the top, and it felt a bit arcadey, I guess, from the art style, and obviously the '80s kind of have like these neon lights, and so everything the way that everything was lit up kind of felt a bit arcadey to me. You did have your stealth scenes, which I didn't have any issues with. I'm not a huge fan of stealth, but it is good to break up the action every now and then. You're not just gonna have. I feel like in Gears of War, every scene is, oh, you turn the corner, boom, bad guys. Okay, you kill those bad guys, have a cutscene. Okay, the next thing, but more action and killing and stuff like that. So, I feel like having these stealth scenes does help the story, kind of break up the action a bit, and kind of keeps it a little bit grounded. So, talking about Black Ops, the best parts of the game I felt were the setting. The setting of the 80s is very iconic, not only for the Cold War, but you also have arguably cheesy movies come out at that time, but very iconic movies. The fashion was over the top. And so I feel like that gets portrayed in this game pretty well in some scenes. I did like the different settings you get to travel in. There were some flashback portions that you get to travel back to Vietnam, back in the original kind of like Black Ops days. You also get to see like East Berlin. You also have a multiplayer map, not really campaign, but the multiplayer map set in Miami. You also are entrenched as a Russian double agent, so you get to see a part of Moscow in a way, not too heavily. So in this game, I felt there was a little bit more side activities than usual with regards to the clues in each mission, and then you also had side missions that didn't progress the story but kind of help you out. No, they don't really help you out. They're just extra missions, pretty short missions that accomplish a goal. And at the end of the game, it tells you, oh, okay, because you did this, this happened, and because you did that, we were able to do blah blah blah, right? So obviously, one of the main things I heard when the game had just come out was that there were two endings. And I never looked into it, and I'm not really going to get into it right now, but there's a good ending and a kind of like bad ending. There's a point in it's not a mission necessarily, but it's a interactive moment called Identity Crisis, where you talk to Adler, and there's a big thing that was revealed with regards to your character, and your character, you get to decide what you want to do. So depending on what you choose as your outcome, you get to do one mission or another mission. And so I thought that was very interesting, something that we hadn't seen before. I also learned with by doing those two different missions that those side missions, are totally optional, and they really don't have any consequence to the outcome of the game. While going through the campaign, obviously there's some achievements that you can get simply by completing each mission. You don't have to do it on any particular difficulty. You can do it on recruit and just stay all the way through the end. Once you reach the end, you have your game completion achievement, and you also have, if you decided to go on veteran or realistic difficulty, you get an achievement for beating the game on those higher difficulties. One tip that I'm going to give is, if you're going to do that and also kind of go back to the other missions, you should just beat the game, probably on veteran or whatever, and then go back to whatever mission it is that you want to get certain achievements and do it on recruit. The way I did it was, I did certain missions, then I went back, did it on recruit, and then kept going. And when I got to the end, it didn't count that I did every mission on veteran. So yeah, I didn't get that achievement, but it's fine. I might work on it and get it. So here's a list of all the achievements that you get from beating each level. So while playing the campaign, there were three achievements that I earned that are not mission specific. You just play the game and you get them by doing certain actions. The first one is Jack of all trades, which can be accomplished in any mission. I did it as early as Fractured Jaw. I think you can even do it in the first mission if you find all the weapons. So in that achievement, you want to use each weapon type, so SMG, assault rifle, LMG, which in the first mission I don't think there's an LMG, but Fractured Jaw is the second mission, so you'll be able to do it then. The next achievement is Old Faithful, which is simply getting 200 kills, or they call it elimination, with an AR. So the funny thing about that was, I didn't even have an AR when I got that achievement. I was using the bow and arrow in, I think it was Echoes of the Cold War, and I got the achievement. So yeah, you can do it that way too. The last one is Keep Your Friends Close, which in this game there's a new mechanic where you can use a person as a body shield, and if you do that 5 times, you get the achievement. It doesn't matter what happens to that person at the end, if you eliminate them or if you push them away with a grenade, it doesn't matter. As long as you do it 5 times, you get that achievement. So then there are certain achievements that are mission specific but easy to get. At least it was easy for me to get. I played most missions on veteran. So the achievements that you can get per mission, the first one is Scorched Earth, which is in Fractured Jaw. That's when you're on the helicopter and you're going to, I forgot what the base was called, Ripcord or something, I don't know. So you go to that base that's on top of a mountain and it's being attacked from all sides. So you have to take out all trucks and all mortar sites. I did it on the first try on veteran. If you do it on a lower difficulty, you might get it the same as well. I found that the mortars were a little bit hard to detect. There was no digital kind of like indication of where they were. The only way you can find out was the trails of the mortars after they fired them. So that might be a little bit difficult, but the trucks have little markers on them that you can see through trees and stuff. So that should be easy to do. The next easy mission specific achievement is firing range. So in the mission red light, green light, there's a portion where you go into this training site that the Russians use or were using until we showed up, and they were using it as target practice and like strategy, whatever. So there's a bunch of cardboard or wooden cutouts that you can go and shoot, and I think it's like 15 that you have to shoot, and they're scattered throughout the map, and I think there's enough for you to get with some extra lying around. So I think there's probably more than 15 on the map. You just got to look into different stores and different like in the theater or whatever. So yeah, as long as you shoot down those targets before leaving that area, you'll get the achievement. Now, once you leave it, you can't go back, and there's no more targets. The other easy achievement that I received was, it's called Everyone, because you get to fly in an AC-130, which is very cool but very short-lived. And this is in the end of the line mission, where the main characters are being surrounded, and they get air support from this AC-130, and you get control of it, and you have the cannon. I think, wait, hold on, you get the big cannon, or I don't know. You get a couple cannons and your machine gun. So as long as you take out, I think it was 20 or 25 enemies, which they all kind of come together. They're all in the same area, and so you should be able to do it relatively easy. I did it on the first try. The next easy achievement, the final one that I experienced, was the red door. You get it in Break On Through, and so in this mission, it was kind of weird. There's different points where you go up to a red door, and I tried for like, I don't know, way longer than I should have trying to get that achievement. But no, up until the very end, you go through every red door. It's not until the very end of that mission where red doors just start falling from the sky pretty much, and those are the red doors that you need to avoid. So the first couple red doors you go through, it's not until the end that you avoid all the red doors that you can until you can't anymore, and that's when you get it. So there were two achievements that I earned that were extremely hard, one harder than the other. I tried it probably like 15 times. So the first of those hard achievements is called Patriot Arrow, and in Echoes of the Cold War, you get a bow and arrow, which takes up a weapon slot, and you have to carry it until you go down the zip line. And once you're on the zip line, you have to shoot somebody with it. So there's a couple zip lines where you're able to use it, and after you attain it, maybe there's like 2 opportunities to do it. But once you pass that second one, there's no going back. So you had to like restart from a checkpoint. So I found that one pretty hard. And then the other achievement that was hard to get was Scorched Earth 2, which you get in one of the final missions called the Final Countdown. And in the Final Countdown, you assault a military installation or a town where they have military people, and you're riding on a vehicle with a grenade launcher, and you're just flying. You're flying down this road, not stopping for anybody, but they want you to shoot all the trucks and all the guard towers. And I tried to spam the grenade launcher before getting to a certain point, and that didn't work. That you have to be pretty much on top of the targets to take them out for it to count. So you have, when you go up, you have a tower on the right, then you have a truck on the left, then really quickly another truck on the right, and 2 towers that you drive in between. And then at the end, another 2 towers, but you need to get it before a certain point because another truck is going to come and T-bone you. And once that truck T-bones you, that's it. You got to restart the mission pretty much to get those towers. But yeah, that was pretty hard on veteran. So that wraps up the achievements that I earned, and there were, from what I counted, 2 more from the campaign that I did not achieve. So the first one is called Explosive Finish, and this one you get in Echoes of Cold War. So at the end of the mission, you have to extract this huge server, because computers back then were huge. They took up the whole room. They were the size of industrial AC units. And so pretty much it takes forever to lift up that server. And at that time, you're being attacked from all sides. And there's different floors of the building that you're in. Conveniently enough, there's a hole right in the middle where you can lift up the server. But anyway, You go through these different levels, and on each level, you'll see a red barrel. And you'll want to blow up each red barrel on your way up. And so that will get you that achievement. On Veteran, it was pretty hard to not die because you're pretty much swarmed by a bunch of bad guys. And you'll want to look around you. You want to do like a 360 view because you at one point you'll have barrels in front of you, then to the side and to the back or whatever. So you want to keep an eye out for those barrels as you ascend through the building. And then the other achievement that I didn't get was in Break On Through, which is called Mind Trip. As you're going through that mission, there's different outcomes that you can choose. Adler is trying to walk you through the mission and tell you where to go, but there's nothing stopping you. And actually, you're supposed to get the achievement, you're supposed to not listen to what he says. So there's a couple different paths. From what I saw, it was 7 different paths. And there's even a zombie path once you get through the cave. That part was pretty scary. But you have to experience each path before beating the level. I tried it once and didn't quite work out, but if you want to start all the way to the left, you can definitely do so. And at the end of each path is a red door. So remember to go through those red doors until you get to the end when these red doors are falling. It's raining red doors pretty much. So yeah, so that pretty much wraps up all the campaign achievements. Then there's some multiplayer achievements and some zombies achievements. I'm not going to get into the zombies achievements because I haven't really played it, unfortunately. In multiplayer, the only achievement that I've earned thus far is called the Fixer, which is simply to get 200 eliminations. And if you play a lot of multiplayer, you'll get that relatively quickly. The other achievements, it's easier to get as if you keep playing the multiplayer, you'll be able to get those achievements. The one that might be hard is called Bean Machine because you have to be in a vehicle and get 100 total kills, either as the driver, pilot, or whatever. As long as you're in a vehicle, you need to get 100 total kills. So that might be a little bit difficult unless you're always in a vehicle. So yeah, so that was Black Ops. We got a campaign again, unlike the last Black Ops that we had, which was pretty disappointing. And then I feel that it was kind of hard for me to get into this game a bit in terms of the multiplayer after playing Modern Warfare. I thought Modern Warfare was an excellent multiplayer experience. I thought the campaign was really great. The co-op version, not so much, but hey, you can't win at everything, right? And then obviously Warzone carries over, and which is a great thing. Plus, we still get that cross-platform play. So that'll wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, which I hope you did, and subscribe if you want. I'll try to post up videos. I do have another channel with my wife that I work on, where we talk about a little bit more personal things. So, but this channel I'm gonna try to keep as a gaming channel, and let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what other videos you would like to see, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.